Guys, it's Hubs, and I'm going to be running Frontier Hunter Beginning and Middle. So here are my units. I'm using a Breaker Michelle with a Batuta, Guardian GX with a Steeple Rose. I'd be using Breaker GX, but he doesn't have SBB yet. Breaker Elza with a Steeple Rose, Anima Elza with a Heavenly Bud and a Mono Habakin, and then in my Maxwell with the Flag Flower and Geld Knight Axe. So Geld Knight Axe and Flag Flower are both arena rewards, Batuta was the Ez Sphere. And yeah, so basically going for tons of damage. I would replace SGX with maybe someone like maybe another Elza, just because well you want spark points, so you want to do a lot of hits. So Dilma's not that great for Frontier Hunter, even though he's extremely strong. And I'm just gonna bring Phlox because he has good spheres on his Maxwell. But yeah, so Frontier Hunter is all about doing a lot of damage and sparking for the first couple levels. For Terminus, it's more about sustaining BB spam because there's usually only 2 enemy units on the opposing side. So you have to kind of structure your party so that you have the best of all worlds. So you need to be able to have infinite BB spam as well as, you know, tons of damage to actually usually one-shot the enemy units, because that's the easiest way to clear Frontier Hunter, just one-shot everything. So with my team, I normally have ran like my anima, like all anima units, but this season I'm just thinking like, I mean, what's the point? I'm one-shotting everything anyways, and I have Breaker. I usually try to keep anima and Breaker of all the good units, so that's why I have a Breaker Michelle and I have a Breaker Elza as well, and then I'm leveling up a Breaker SGX right now too, so I'll probably have my Breaker SGX done pretty soon. Oh yeah, and I was saying like, I wouldn't use Breaker SGX if my Breaker Michelle and Breaker Elza had been Spear Frogged, because that way I could give them Amano Habakins along with Steeple Roses or Heavenly Buds, and they would still do tons of damage with a good chance to have their critical activate, and then I could throw away Dual GX because, in my personal opinion, Dual GX is not a very good unit anymore. Like, he's great for his crit buff, and he's great for sparking because he's 20 hits, but the problem with him is he's super weak. Lower SBB multiplier for damage, and just inherently low attack. And it's even worse because mine's Guardian. So I mean, I'm going to use my Breaker one when I can, but I mean, ideally I'm going to replace SGX and Michelle with Kuda, because he kind of gives the 2 buffs at once kind of deal. Anyway, so if you guys didn't see, what I did the first turn was I Fujin Elixir'd my Dual GX, my Elza, and my Michelle because they're my buffers, and then I used an attack elixir, and I just went and BB or SBB'd everything, and then I got full gauges. So basically every turn I'm going to have full gauges, because there's always at least 2 units. Yeah. So anyways, I was saying like Kuda's gonna replace SGX and Michelle, and when I say replace, I mean like actually like you throw away Michelle, you throw away SGX, and you put in Kuda, and even though Kuda gives a lower buff than Michelle and SGX, so Kuda gives 40% crit opposed to SGX's 60% crit, so you're gonna kind of lose that a little bit. But by then, hopefully, you know, we have more Spear Frogs, and then we use Amon Habikins and everyone as well. But yeah, so you throw out Dual GX and you throw out Michelle, and he also has 100 attack buff instead of Michelle's 115. But in my opinion, it's okay, because see, right now the problem you have is when you activate Dual GX, he doesn't have Michelle's buff. You know, so whoever you activate first is losing out on a buff. But with Kuda, you get both of them at once. So when you activate Kuda, so not only is Kuda inherently stronger than SGX by quite a bit, he's gonna be attacking with both a crit buff and an attack buff. So in my opinion, because Kuda's attacking with attack buff and not just the crit buff, he makes up for the damage you lose with that 115% to 100% difference that is gained with his attack buff when you drop Michelle. As for crit, I mean, it's only 10% higher than Maxwell's, so it's 40% crit opposed to Dual GX's 60% crit. Like, that's quite a big gap. That's 20%, which I hope can be made up with when my units are Spear Frogged. Yeah, so that's pretty good points. 2.25 million. Definitely guarantees all the rewards by far. I mean, I think you only need like 450,000, 400,000, yeah, to get all the rewards. But yeah, so that's how I did entrance. Yeah, but Kuda 6 star's not out yet. I assume it's probably gonna be out within 1 to 2 weeks from the posting of this video. It's been a while since we had a 6-star release. I think it's been maybe 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, at this point of the video, we just got the Orna, Arden, and Eve batch. So, I mean, we're looking forward to that 6-star batch. So this is going to be middle now. I'm using the same Marauder set again. Going to do the same thing. So Fusion Elixir on my Michelle, Elza, and SGX. Attack Elixir. I always use attack elixirs because, actually, I don't know why. You know, it's just, I've just always done this since like season 1. I just kind of get the feeling attack elixirs give me more points. And I mean, I'm doing about right. I mean, I usually score pretty high in beginning and middle using attack elixirs. Actually, I use attack elixirs in Terminus too. Last season, I didn't run Frontier Hunter that much because I've been capped at HR 21 for a very, very long time. Basically, when it was possible to get HR 21, I got it. So I was like one of the first people to get Tillith. And then ever since then, like, there's been no point because you only get Burst Frogs, and Burst Frogs aren't worth all those gems, in my opinion. Yeah. So I just stopped kind of trying, and last season I used orbs when I could because, you know, it was free money, and it was fun. Or, not that fun. Frontier gets really boring when you start grinding it a lot. Yeah, so this season I'm probably not going to try too hard either because I'm pretty sure we're still capped at 21. Yeah, and I was just like one-shotting every stage back then. I wasn't getting like the optimal amount of points, I think. Like, cause yeah, I did use like a super strong party and I one-shot everything, but I'm pretty sure like the best way to get points is to use like elemental advantage and like grind out stages properly. When I say grind out stages, I mean like there's like this sweet spot where you do just enough damage and just enough sparks, and it usually takes you like 2 turns to kill every stage, and you basically can get additional points because you've done more sparks. You abuse the elemental advantage a bit more, and you end up getting a bit more points. But because I'm a lazy person, and because I don't want to do that, I basically just go for the one shot. So I usually earn about 90% of the maximal optimal points that people are getting when they really grind it out. And in my opinion, it's not worth it to grind out like that, because I one shot all the stages, and if I am gemming, then it'll be very easy for me to pass you anyways, if you're trying to grind out everything. Yeah. So it looks like this is the last stage in Frontier Hunter Middle. Pretty simple again. I mean, using dual Maxwell leads with, you know, Elza as your spark buffer. Oh, so I use Elza before Michelle because I'm running like Batuda, Heavenly Bud, Flag Flower, and Steeple Roads on everyone, so they already have increased spark damage. So I feel like the spark damage would give me more damage, but, you know, to be honest, I don't really know. If you do know, please correct me. You know, just comment below saying, hey dude, you're an idiot. You should really be using Michelle first. I mean, I don't really know, and I'm too lazy to look at the numbers. I'm sure like the math is all there, but I mean, I gained a lot of points, 2.4 million for middle. This is probably one of the highest scores right now. I will be checking in a second once I collect all these rewards. Again, like this middle only needs like 600,000 points to get all the rewards, and I got like 2.4 million, so I definitely got them all. So looking at my friend ranking, I'm the only person who's run anything yet. So I can't really read any of this stuff. So I assume Terminus is there, so that means the first 3 is beginning, middle, and then end. I don't know what kind of language that is. But it looks like I'm 3 right now in beginning, which is, okay, makes sense. Whoever got like 3 million probably got lucky on the spawns, and then, oh cool. And then right now for middle, I'm number 1 at 2.4 million. So cool, that's going to be it for this video, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.